Hello and welcome to another Doctor's Assistant 1 video. Today I think it's the 11th, the 11th of September 2022. If I feel a bit drowsy, or sound a bit like I'm a little bit in pain, I've only had an apple to eat this morning so far, and I've just accidentally done Ring Fit, so like my chest slash stomach is in a little bit more pain than I'd like. So just a heads up, maybe take Ring Fit a little bit easier next time. Yeah, guys and gals, as it were. I mean, granted, it did ask me immediately, like, do you want to increase the difficulty level? And then I accidentally pressed yes, and then I increased it by like 1 point something percent or whatever. But yeah, this is my Nintendo collection update video. It's been donkey's years, I feel like, a good 2-3 years probably since I last did one, so that's like what, at the beginning of 2020 or like maybe even before then, so sort of 2019. So and the Switch wouldn't have been out that long, so I wouldn't have had that many games. But first game you can see, of course, is the newly released Splatoon 3. I'll be honest, I'm surprised that I have played mainly the Salmon Run, which is a lot more addictive than I remember it being in Splatoon 2. Although I guess the difference here is that it's open 24 hours a day. And that, so whereas in Splatoon 2, for whatever reason, it was like sort of timed. I haven't played the card battle thing, which is like the newest mode sort of thing they've added. But Salmon Run and just regular Turf War are probably the two modes that I've been playing the most, which I was surprised by because I was actually quite intrigued by the story mode. And yeah, I've only played like the first 6 levels or so, and then the boss, which then kind of turns out that that's not actually what is happening in the game, and then it opens up, and then you kind of go through the story from there, I guess. I do keep forgetting that you have this little thing called like Fishmo or Freemo or whatever his name is, that you can throw and stuff. Yeah, I'm not very good at throwing stuff like the power eggs or this little guy in the single player or in Salmon Run, but yeah. Also, I remember in Splatoon 2 you could change the difficulty of Salmon Run. I don't even know if that's an option in this game. But again, it is actually really good, and I do like the addition of like the bow and arrow and the Splatana sort of weapon. I think the Splatana and the bow and arrow in the like more competitive scene will be a game changer, I think, and learning the meta, for lack of a better term, the meta, whatever that even means, of this game is actually something that kind of appeals to me. I don't know why, but it just kind of does. Even though I've very rarely played any ranked stuff. You have to be like level 10 to do that, but I'm only level 6, but I think because I've played Splatoon 2, the save stuff from Splatoon 2 just sort of said, well, actually, this player's an experienced player, so they can play ranked now. But yeah, I'm only like level 6 actually on the multiplayer side of things. It's just added a lot of quality of life stuff, and it does actually feel like a well-worthy, sequel to Splatoon 2. I don't get why people are like, oh, it just looks like paid DLC, even though the Octo expansion pack thing was DLC. So it's like, we got DLC for Splatoon 2, Splatoon 3 rolls round, and people are like, oh, this is just DLC, and it's like, well, no, it's a full-on, fully-fledged new game. Like, they've added so much more sort of, just watch RTG85's video, and I completely agree with him that, like, you know, for the most part, every nitpick slash criticism or complaint of Splatoon 2 has been somewhat rectified, and if not rectified, then it's kind of been sort of sidestepped to add a quality of life thing that makes that issue less of an issue or less prominent. And as I say, there's like, you know, a card game, a mini game that other developers would have asked you to pay an extra 10-20 quid to unlock, or like the gotcha machine in-game is using in-game currency, whereas let's be honest, if this was a game on Microsoft's console or Sony's or the other competitors, you'd be paying actual money for the gotcha pod things and that, and then you'd have to buy the card packs via money to get, yeah, as I say, the card packs. It's easily monetizable, but it's not in this game, so big thumbs up to Nintendo for that. There's recurring maps or weapons from Splatoon 1 and 2, but new ones as well. There's Splatoon it launched with 5 maps, and then Splatoon 2 8, and this already has 12 out the gate, and then there's going to be free updates as time goes on every 2 or 3 months, apparently they said. So to add new either gear or new gear, new, maybe not weapons, but new like customization stuff for your locker, new potentially new maps, new gear as in like headgear or shoes or t-shirts and stuff, new locker stuff, new gear for your Inkling, and new maps every couple of months. So I don't see how that's an issue. Kirby and the Forgotten Land, I never got round to playing this. I still haven't played it yet. It looks like a lot of fun. That's hence the reason why I pre-ordered it. I even got like a snazzy book and some magnets with it. But I was, unfortunately, at the time of when the game came out, pretty depressed in my personal life. This shit hit the fan, and I never really got around to playing the game, and I still haven't, because, by the time I got motivation to play that, this game came out. So, but yeah. Ring Fit Adventure, as I just said earlier, I've been playing that this morning. There's a lot I could say about this game. The Ring Con thing and the Joy-Cons are like incredible, and how versatile and how resistant the Ring Con thing is, and how versatile it is, like how much stuff you can do with it, like and how you can like exercise more like your core muscles and your like sort of like abs and sort of waist up, and then your waist, and then sort of your glutes and your legs, and that's the boss you fight every couple of levels and stuff. And I've had the game for like a year and a half, or like just over a year and a half, I think, and I'm only like halfway through the game, and there's like a customization thing where you can just like free roam and make your own stuff. There's a rhythm game in it where you like try and do like Splatoon 2 music and press to the beats coming towards you, and you have to do it really quick, and it looks scary, and I'm not going to do that. Animal Crossing New Horizons, I loved this game. To people's surprise, if you know me in real life, you know that this is going to come as a bit of a shock maybe, but I actually put in nearly 500 hours into this game, which is more than Splatoon 2, which is like, everyone just assumes is my favourite game ever because of my Splatoon hat that I have, and the fact that I have the occasional Splatoon 2, Splatoon t-shirt, and the art books, or a Splatoon 2 art book, but anyway, and an action figure. But besides that, I'm not insane, I just like Splatoon. Fine line between the two, I suppose. But anyway, Animal Crossing New Horizons, I think it's one of those games where, like, it just perfectly came out, like, literally, like, a week or two before the pandemic, or, like, a week or two on the cusp of the pandemic. So it was, like, ideal game for that time, because it was about making your own deserted island into a dream paradise, and everyone was just locked inside anyway. So so it came out in that brilliant sort of time in that sense, for the game, because it's like one of the most sold Animal Crossing games to date, I think. I could be wrong about that, but it's definitely up there with like New Leaf on 3DS, which, funnily enough, the person that I was playing the game with sometimes was two people, my older brother and someone else that I knew that I was playing the game with, were both, well, not avid Animal Crossing fans, but people who'd had previous experience with New Leaf on 3DS, whereas myself and my mum hadn't. But yeah, that was another thing. It was a very social game for me, which video gaming hasn't been for a very long time, and so for me, it's not just, this was a fun game, it's like, it's a fun game with memories, like really deep memories attached to it, I associate this game with, like, when I think of this game, or when I think of the person that I was playing it with, I then think of this game, or if I think about this game, I then think about that person that I was playing it with, if that makes sense. Like, we're all stuck in homes, but I shared like a deep connection, I felt like, with someone because we were playing this game. I know that sounds stupid and ridiculous, and I haven't got the DLC for this game, although my mum and my older brother have, and that's another thing. You can tell that it sold well, or that it was very popular, because they kept doing free DLC, but then free updates, but then they also eventually did a paid DLC for like 20 quid or £20 over here in the UK, which kind of just proves that it was a game that they really wanted to keep going, And again, I think it's easily in the if not the top 3 most sold games, or top 3 sold Nintendo games on Switch. It's easily in their top 5 of their own IP that's sold on Switch. Nintendo Labo, I built it, I played it for a little bit, but I haven't gone back since, unfortunately. Yoshi's Crafted World, I played a level or two recently, randomly. Don't know why, I just did. It's decent, I've completed it. I did want to 100% it, but then it's like, it's one of those games where there's like, collect this thing, collect this other thing, and this other thing, and do this thing in a time thing, and that's just on one level, and it's like, there's God knows how many levels, and it's like, maybe not. And also the music is quite a bit full on. Although I do love the crafted art style. I know a lot of people give it shit and say, oh, well, actually, it should be like Woolly World. And it's like, well, actually, I think, if I'm not mistaken, Woolly World is on Switch, I think. Or maybe, if not Switch, then want it ported over at 3DS as well, I think. Anyway, Luigi's Mansion 3, really good game, really fun game. Aptly timed back in like October 2019. Really good sort of Halloween spooky game. Did play a little bit with one of my cousins cooperatively, although I don't like playing local co-op all the time because it requires communication, which as someone on the spectrum I'm not very good at. Oh, that's another thing I was going to say about Ring Fit. As someone with Asperger's and also anxiety and depression or social anxiety, I think that's a brilliant game for anyone. If you know anyone in your life that has any of those things, like, you know, I don't know, ADHD or, you know, Asperger's or autism or anxiety and depression or just social anxiety, and they are someone who needs to lose some weight, or not even lose some weight, but like keep their weight in check, maybe, or as someone who they've said to you that they would like to shave off a bit of weight or keep everything where it is, as it were, but they again find going to a gym socially just too much, and they have a Switch, get them this game. That will remedy that issue. Red Faction Guerrilla Remastered Edition. I picked this up off Amazon because I had the original Red Faction Guerrilla on Xbox 360. Really enjoyed it there. Haven't played it on Switch, so can't really comment. Marvel's Ultimate Alliance: The Black Order. Really fun, sort of arcade, sort of top-down action brawler, I guess. Did complete it. Fun game. Enjoyed it. Could be fun if you have little kids who are really into the Marvel films and stuff. Super Mario Maker 2, got like the limited edition-y one, played it for a little bit, never really went back, unfortunately. Got the steelbooky thing and little case, yeah. That's a thing. ARMS, never got round to playing that either. Really cool character designs, and they did update it with free stuff for a while, I think. Saints Row, the full package edition, really enjoyed it. Really fun game, silly, over the top. What else was I going to say? Runs alright on Switch, because it's a fairly old game, so yeah. Yeah, I think I've completed it. I don't think I've 100%ed it, but I definitely completed it at least. Minecraft is Minecraft. Me and my brother remember making a level, or a little base that's like sort of built into a big sort of mountainy cave thing or something. It looked cool. I know what I mean. Binding of Isaac Afterbirth Plus, fun game, good sort of roguelike. It's cool that you get like a coloured manual booklet thing, and on the inside it tells you the story and stuff like that, and it also came with some stickers, so that was cool. And I think I bought it for like 20-25 quid, so I thought that was a bargain. Super Mario Odyssey, I have completed it, haven't 100%ed it, but it's a phenomenal game, easily like a 9 or a 10 out of 10, 9, 10 out of 10 game. It's Mario, it's up there with like 64, if not better than 64 in my opinion, I don't know. That might be controversial. Splatoon 2, nearly put in 400 hours. I'm at about 390, which is bonkers because I never even got the level cap, which is 99. I think I got up to about late 60s, maybe early 70s, maybe. I think it was, yeah, late 60s, like I'm level 66, 68. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, kind of bonkers to my earlier point about how, you know, if a game sells well, you do DLC for said game, but then get this, they only recently did DLC for Mario Kart Deluxe, which is insane because it's the #1 sold game on the Nintendo Switch, and it's a Wii U game technically, or started off as a Wii U game technically. And yeah, I enjoyed the first pack of DLC. I haven't played much of the second one, unfortunately. It would be great to play some more of the second pack. But yeah, it's kind of bonkers to think that we're going to have new tracks between now and 2023, I think, sometime in 2023, sort of maybe early to mid 2023, the DLC will wrap up and it'll be like, holy shit, there'll be like so many tracks in this game, and it'll be like the ultimate. It'll be like the Smash Bros. Ultimate of Mario Kart games. I mean, again, it just does keep selling. Although, to be fair, they do pack it with Switches, I'm pretty sure, in certain stores in like the UK, so that might explain why it's sold a lot. Kind of like Wii Sports, that was a packing game with the Switch, Nintendo Wii, so that sold a lot for that reason. But yeah, is there any games you like from this collection video? Are there any you don't like? If so, why? Do you like them or don't like them? Are there any games you recommend me get? I mean, the only one that stands out to me at the moment that I'd really like to get, as someone who likes taking pictures out and about places and likes the aesthetic of Pokemon and has watched one of the more recent animes, or at least I think it's called an anime, and enjoyed that. I like the idea of getting Pokemon Snap. I never played the original, obviously, on N64. I guess the earliest and oldest Nintendo console in my timeline, because I'm 24, would be about like GameCube, I guess. So GameCube, Wii U, and Switch are kind of my sort of realm of Nintendo, I guess. But yeah, thanks for watching. Please do comment, rate, and subscribe to the channel.